Freaking well do it then, eh? Welcome back. It's Saturday. Yes, we're not usually here on a Saturday, but we're here today. My esteemed guest, I think he might have his speakers up or his headphones up too loud. It might be away now. Hopefully, he's got something up too loud, but we're good. And I have got Jimmy Jeans here with me today. Hopefully, where is he? There he is.
I am here.
Yes, you are, Jimmy. You are here. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I just installed a new light in here, so the light is not melting the side of my face off, which is really, really great.
Well, dude, listen, you should feel very, very honored anyway, because you're the first person that I've had in the VIP lounge. Now, our members out there will be thinking, is this the members only stream? No, it's not. But I do want other people to see where we retreat back to on a Sunday when we do have our members only streams. So if you're crazy enough to go the extra yard and support yours truly and get some extra shenanigans on a Sunday, then click that big shiny join button down below. It's going to be something completely different today because it's Saturday. It's the weekend. And that means there's been another week of weird news and lots of stuff for us to giggle at, laugh at. We've got Scotland going viral because it's winter. Go figure. But there's funny stuff in there, as Jimmy knows. We've got some dumb criminals. We've got some entrants for the Darwin Awards and lots more. But Jimmy, how's your week been, man? You look wrapped up there, dude. You're in California, man. Do you even get cold weather?
Dude, it's freezing. For me, it's cold, man. Right now, it's about 40 degrees, but it's a damp 40 degrees because, you know, I live in the forest, so during our rainy season, it gets real wet, and so when it gets cold, it's really super damp, man, and it just goes right through me. You know, when I was in Colorado, it's completely different. Up there, it's like a dry snow. So because the wind comes off the desert, you know, for some reason that makes the snow dry.
Funnily enough, in Scotland, desert is something we eat after a main course. Dessert. You see what I'm saying, dude? We don't have any of that kind of shenanigans going on.
I know. Well, you know, hey, that desert over there between Utah and Colorado is interesting. There's a place over there called Dinosaur, and they have a whole bunch of really great excavations that have been done around there, but it's an ancient area. I mean, just in general.
Is that the kind of place where they, I watch a lot of these boring documentaries, some people might say, but I seen one and it was, it looked like it was almost like a graveyard for dinosaurs. There was raptors, there was like big battles that had taken place, and some of the stuff that they had unearthed, they are unbelievable, dude.
I know. It's just, I mean, it's never ceasing to amaze me. The further down they go, they keep finding more and more stuff every time they, you look. Like, for example, I saw some weird, just out of the blue, somebody was going to dig up some part of their yard over someplace where you are, and in the UK, not necessarily in Scotland, but somewhere over there. And the guy started digging up his lawn, and he found a mosaic tile floor there, still intact.
Over here, you might not realize this. Maybe a lot of people probably don't realize this, but when it comes to the dinosaur stuff, some of the most significant dinosaur discoveries in the last couple of years, actually in Scotland. Dude. So these things, these big beasties, boy, that would have been a time to be around, right? And people say, but Kev, there wasn't people around then. Well, I don't know. Stranger things have happened, but I don't think we'd have had the chance to get as complacent back then as we are today, Jimmy.
No.
Nah.
Well, this other thing I've seen recently come up is these giant doors. Apparently there's been a bunch of these giant doors that have been found worldwide. So it has something to do with, like, I don't know if you've gotten into looking at the Tartaria.
Every door's giant to me, dude. When you're 5 foot nothing, every door's giant.
No, these doors are ones that coincide with the whole idea that they're being giants, So, I mean, these doors are pretty trippy. Maybe next week if I'm around on Wednesday when we're doing the ancient visit back to antiquity, maybe I'll find some of these doors and see if we can look at them.
Excellent. What's behind this door, Jimmy? It sounds like a game show. It does. But listen, dude, I'm thinking to myself here, right? It's winter. You're wrapped up warm. And my first story tonight, I don't even know if you're going to have a point of reference. Because we're going to be talking about snowplows. Do you even know what a snowplow is over there? Do they have them in California?
Yeah, they have them. Do
they?
They do, just not where I am. But they have them, and they actually do even have them here in case some odd reason it snows. But
tell me, is it somebody like the Hoff? Does the Hoff drive the snowplow? Has he got like the arm hanging out the window? And
the ones in Colorado, I shish you not. Okay, listen, these dudes go 70 miles an hour down the freeway with the snowplow, and you just get behind them. Because they're clearing the road for you. It's all, and you just get right behind them. And I swear, man, the dudes in Colorado, no matter what they do, are the hardest core.
Oh, dude, over here, you don't want to be stuck behind one of those things, man. Your motor is trashed. All the salt and the sand and
I seen one of the Colorado dudes going down the freeway. His trailer had a flat tire on one side, but he just kept going, man. He was just dragging it down the freeway. Yeah, I mean, the helicopters, when the fires are happening in Colorado, you should see how they fly in there, man. They get up all sideways. It's like they just throw water just in this precise...
Well, that's fair enough, right? That's fair enough, but it's nothing compared to what is now the world-famous Scottish snowplow. I mean, listen, we've been known for many things over the years. Men wearing skirts, painting ourselves blue, scaring off the Romans, whiskey, Robert Burns, haggis. I wish I could say our football team, but not really. But I never ever imagined Scotland would become world famous because of our snowplows. But you see, there's a reason why Scottish snowplows have become infamous, Jimmy. Because we roll with a difference up here, and we can't do anything without having a laugh. So our snowplows in Scotland, they've all got names. So what the audience can do here is you can start thinking of your funny name that you would give your snowplow. Give you an example, just to get you all going. Andy Flurry and the Mary Queen of Salt. There you go. Craze for naming Scottish gritters. Now, do you call them gritters over there, Jimmy? Do you say the gritters out on the road tonight?
No, I don't. Well,
Doesn't that sound cool? Wouldn't you crap yourself if you first heard that, if you came over here on holiday? It was all howling a wind outside and a blizzard a blowing, and you heard the locals saying, "It's all right, the gritters are out." You'd be absolutely off, wouldn't you? You wouldn't even want to walk home to the hotel, man.
It sounds like a pirate squad, man. The Gritters.
Gritters. Not to be mistaken with the Critters. I do like the Mary Queen of Salt, though. Mary Queen of Salt, I like that one. Folks, like I say, this is going to be something totally unserious tonight. We're letting our hair down. We're having a laugh. And get thinking of your name for a snowplow. I think it should be Andy McFlurry, just to be honest with you. Not because I'm sponsored by McDonald's, although if they want to throw us a shekel or two, have at it. But it says with a country gripped by icy weather. Oh, Jimmy, icy fingers cut through me today. Oh, like a hot knife through butter, man. It was brutal. But it says here it started as a winter safety campaign for school children living in the Scottish Highlands, but has since captured the urgent need for escapism during the pesky lockdown. Hundreds of thousands of people are now following the daily journeys of nearly 100 Scottish gritter lorries and snowplows. Vehicles luxuriating in names such as, you ready? Spready Van Halen, Sir Andy Flurry, Skid Vicious, I like that, Gritalica, the Mary Queen of Salt. Come on, Jimmy, Gritalica. That's a good one, right?
They're all great.
I think so. Well, we've got Karen in the chat room for Boris Blizzard Buster. His hair looks like he's constantly in a blizzard, doesn't it?
It does, and I got one too when you guys get to the end.
Oh, here we go. Thor. How'd you like this one, Jimmy? Icy Iceborne. Oh, I like that. I like it. Yeah, that's a good one, dude. That's a good one. So, just a little bit more from here. We're not going to get deep into this because, funnily enough, it's quite weird, though, Jimmy. Do you not think it's... I know people are bored, James, right? I know we're bored and things like that. But did you expect people to resort to getting up out of bed in the morning, logging on to see where Skid Vicious was on its rounds in Scotland? Did you think that would ever become a thing, dude?
No, but I like it. I like it. I do like it. I think it's got style, man. Really.
You like it?
I do like it. It's something you could take pride in. You can paint that like on the side of your gritter. Mm-hmm. But get it painted on like they used to do with the old World War II planes where they paint hot ladies on the side.
But you've got truckers over there, right? I mean, do your truckers have like names for their rigs and things like that?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I just nothing like nothing exciting like this. I mean,
nothing as cool as this, Jimmy. You see, us Scots, we roll different, man. This is why we eat deep fried Mars bars and things like that.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
With much of Scotland gripped by the heaviest winter snow since the beast from the east 3 years ago, gritters are working around the clock on the country's motorways, of which we have not many, and trunk roads. They're every mile visible on an online tracker. Will we have a look to see where they are right now, folks? Will we check in, Jimmy, see what's happening? Holy shamoly, that's a lot of snow.
So they got the live gritter.
Yeah, this is everyone's logging in here to follow their favourite one, dude. So if I come down to Glasgow, which ones are out in Glasgow? Oh, Gritalica's out in Glasgow. We're all right.
Nice.
I feel good now. Gritalica's out. We've got Grit Talk, Ice Queen, Buzz Ice Clear, Scotland's bravest gritter, Mrs. McGritter. This is actually quite funny.
I like.
You liking this, dude? You liking it? Charles Rennie Mackenslush. That's my winner.
Which is it?
Charles Rennie Mackenslush. It's meant to be Charles Rennie Mackintosh, but Mackenslush, slush, snow, ice.
There's got to be a way we can make money off this. Let's. Why don't we just see who plows the most snow for the night is the winner. I bet you Scots will be betting on that, boy. Look at it.
Look, the Blizzard Bear is up. It's a head-to-head with License to Chill. But the snow dozer's leading the way. Come on, Snow Dozer. I've got a tenner on the Snow Dozer making it to Gala
See?
Shields first, man.
See what I'm saying?
You see, this is pretty fun, actually. Let's have a
This
look up
makes
where my mum
sense.
is. Let's go up there. Do they even have roads up there, people are saying? They do. It's not just a rumour. Look how far north you have to go to get to this poor woman's house. Look. Oh, Inverness hasn't got many out. Right. My mum's up this way. Here we are. This'll be our closest one here. Gangsta Granny Gritter. Oh, nobody messes with that one, Jim. Oh, phone the police. This one's turned his ID off. He's turned his tracker off. There's a rogue gritter in the north of Scotland, James. Rogue gritter.
See, I think there should be. Have you ever seen the movie Death Race 2000?
Oh.
Have you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there should be the Gritter Death Race 2000, and I'm going to name my Gritter Kill Dozer.
Could we incorporate this into my new form of democracy?
Yes.
Yes. You see,
Without
Jim, you see you're missing out over there. I mean, come on, dude. When I said to you today we're going to talk about snow plows, admit it, you thought, nah, not even Baker can get any yardage out of this.
No,
There's another close race here, look.
I think this is a motorsport whose time has come, man.
I think so as well, man. I think so, yeah.
I think
Mr. Plow is taking on the Snow Angel, but Sir Snowington is bringing up the rear, Jimmy.
Yeah, there it is. Man, see, look, I'm telling you, there's potential here for gambling.
Ready, spready, go. Veruca Salt.
Ready, Van Halen.
But hey, that isn't the only funny thing that's going on in Scotland right now. Says Storm Darcy sparks very rude. Oh, snow peepees. So if we scroll down slowly here, you'll get the gist of what's going on in Scotland right now. We're building obelisks, ladies and gentlemen. Obelisks. Ain't we so childish, James? Ain't we? You know? And I can assure you most of these would have been built by grown men. Oh, look! Look! Not long out of office, but you can find them begging. You can look. Making snowplows great again. There we go. That's what I was talking about. Oh, you rude buggers out there. You weren't thinking, oh, come on. I was talking about the igloo. And we guys put a lot of time into that.
Is that an igloo or is that of the JJ?
Well, it looks like an egg. It looks like it might have just landed. Maybe this is an alien. I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. Has that dog got shoes on? Right, you see, this is wrong. This is wrong when you start putting shoes on dogs.
Their toes get cold in the snow, man. You gotta help them out. You gotta help out your friendly neighborhood dog with some shoes.
See, no, this is how dogs get too complacent as well, man. You see, telling you, dude, it's just that I don't know what's happening.
I'm telling you, those earlier snow sculptures look like they would fit perfectly in that hole.
Here we go. We've got we've got a lorry trying to be pushed up a hill. This could be humorous if it ever loads. There we go. Oh, what, man? Right, surely not. Oh, is it going to come back? No. Oh, that's one strong human. Is that one person pushing a lorry up a hill? That's pretty good.
Look at that. That is good. Must be.
See, Jimmy, our women are built differently over here, my man.
Well, I'm just saying, it must have been a Scotsman.
Yeah.
Look,
that was one of the women, dude. I'm telling you. Yeah.
Scouting Wolf is in the chat.
Nice name. We like Scowling Wolves. As long as you don't bite.
That is a good name. I forget what was that? What was that? Reese's Jesus. That guy used to come by.
Yeah, that was a cool name, wasn't it?
Yeah, Reese's Jesus.
Okay, so we've had the snow. Okay, so we've had the what turned out to be a really interesting kind of a twist to the snowplow story. What other weird shenanigans has been going on in the world this week? Well, we have got this dude here. I don't know if this guy falls under dumbest criminals or smartest criminals, Jimmy. But the story goes something like this. Even God cannot catch me. history sheeter challenges Mumbai cops, but he's been arrested. So even God can't catch him, but he's been arrested. On the run since 2013, Papu Harish Chandra, alias Copdi. Oh, master criminal Copdi. Has dozens of cases against him at police stations across Mumbai, including Poway, Saki, Naka, MIDC, and Array. So it says, even God can't catch me. Forget about cops. This is what a history sheeter said while issuing an open challenge to the Mumbai police. What happened next was anyone's guess. And the 26-year-old man known as Copdi is now behind bars. Wah, 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 wah. You see, Jimmy, there's a moral to this story. If you've been getting away with something for 8 years, right, you've eluded capture. He tends not to be a good move to go onto social media to taunt the Mumbai constabulary. You're going to get some comebacks. You're going to end up behind bars. Maybe God can't catch you, but the Mumbai cops did.
People can't keep their mouths shut, man. You know, and that's the funny thing too. Is I was watching this thing of an ex-undercover cop saying how they did when they're doing when they're asking people questions, how they buddy up with them and stuff, and how they get them to, you know, the first thing they do is they have this tape recorder on the table, and they come in and they turn it off. They go, I'm going to turn off this tape recorder. So meanwhile, you know, they got microphones everywhere else in the room, right? So the guy thinks the tape recorder's off. You know, he's like, hey, buddy, hey, yeah, I know that she was a good looking lass.
What is Sid now? Sid's over in Norway. He's probably a bit triggered right now because he'll be thinking he's got better snow plows than Scottish ones because they've got bigger snow than us. Well, he's saying, did I tell you that I think you're really beautiful today with Aqua Rogue or Aqua Rouge?
Yeah.
And what's going on, Jimmy? What's going on? Is this like, what's happening?
I think it's your color schemage. Your blue and your pinks and your Aqua Rouges are. But I
think it's got a feel of the Blue Oyster Bar to it myself.
I'm telling you what, I dig the feel of the VIP room here.
You liking it, Jimmy? You got the big screen. You've got like Pride and Place in the middle, man.
I know, it's nice and dark in here. It's cool in here.
Yeah,
it's not too hot.
We've got the koala. Look, we've got the koala over here and things like that. We've got the monolith. Right? The monolith.
Oh man,
See, we've got it all going on over here, James.
It is going on.
Yeah.
The only thing missing is a deli tray at this point.
So Malaya says Aqua Rouge, the new fad, Viking lipstick. Now, I only wear lipstick if you pay me enough. And $5, even $5 isn't enough for me to love you long time with lipstick on. Oh, I might look like I'm in the Blue Oyster Bar. I would look really, really silly with lipstick on, Jimmy, don't you think? Think we should do that one week? One Saturday night, people like throw super chats at me, and I'll get Anne to put one more item of makeup on me per super chat. I'll just whore myself out, dude.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're going to make a lot of money that night.
You think so?
I know so.
You think so, man? Yep.
Because people will not stop until you look like a girl.
That could take some time. I would be one weird-looking lady. Talking of that, Jimmy, talking of that, are you happy? Did you know we had a victory? Did you know we had a victory, dude? No longer will we have to feel uncomfortable and left out when we hear the phrase breastfeeding. Now it's chest feeding.
I see.
Yeah, we don't offend anyone over here. I think it's a victory for men everywhere.
Well, the thing is, I mean, can silicone teats excrete milk?
How many times have you? I mean, come on, Jimmy. It's like it's a silent epidemic that's run throughout men for forever. We can't sleep at night because of our inability to lactate, and we get pissed when we hear other people can do it. No.
I'm male lactate intolerant, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think men should lactate.
Neither do I personally. I'm being obviously deeply ironic and sarcastic.
It's disgusting, as a matter of fact. Now that I'm, it's disgusting.
Where would we do it from? Our eyeballs? Lactating eyeballs.
I don't know, but I just don't want to.
One squirt or two, Jimmy.
I think you better do that in a super chat. Make Kev lactate and keep donating.
Dude, if I could lactate, I'd be on a world tour. I'd be opening up for David Copperfield, man.
No, I'm telling you, somebody ought to organize this gritter movement and get these guys some GoPros.
Well, we check up to see how the race is going. Come on.
Hey, they should get the GoPro logos on the side of their gritters and get GoPro to give them some free GoPros, and then they could be GoPro in this stuff.
Oh, we've had a couple of new entrants. We've had the Great British Flake Off. All right, because you get the Great British Bake Off. Ah, good one.
Right.
Ur Chili. I like that one because we've got a cartoon called Ur Willy over here. Jimmy, you see. Plower of Scotland. Veruca Salt seems to be catching up on Spready or Ready Spready Go. I think Ready Spready Go is stopped for a PPP.
See what I'm saying? This is like a horse race, man. We could have odds up here flashing on the screen.
And that's more like it. Now it's got Sir Andy Flurry. Yes, he is a knight of the realm. Thank you very much. Hello, Gritty. Oh, yeah. Oh, we've got another unmarked one. Oh. Beware the unmarked ones. He's turned his transponder off. He's up to no good.
That one's Killdozer. He takes no prisoners.
Oh, I want to break freeze. By Freddie Mercury. Mercury, cold temperatures. That's like, come on, man. That was a good one.
Come on, man.
Exactly. Even Joe got it. God almighty, James. What are we getting in the chat room here? What's happening?
Tits on a bull.
Yep.
Oh, man, that's stupid.
Right, let's see what else we got. Right, we've got that. Let's see. Right. This is another one. This is like... Found this one. I don't know if this is dumb criminal, but again... How pissed would you be if you've ordered some food? Now I'm getting feedback from Jimmy for it's away now. It's away, dude. We're good. You're getting some food. You're sitting there. You're hungry. You're waiting for your Uber delivery to turn up, only for this to happen. The Uber Eats rider texts student, "Sorry, love, ate your food." Wah wah wah. Jimmy. There's some things you don't do as a delivery driver. You don't sit and eat somebody else's dinner.
I don't know. It's sitting there on the seat. You've been driving for 12 hours.
Does it get too tempting? Does it? Does that smell? Does it just finally get to you?
I think it might, especially if there's something good in there. You know, but the thing, I watched this video of a dude who did it for 30 days straight.
Did what?
He drove for it. For Uber Eats.
Oh, that must have been a killer, man.
Dude, he made $4,000. He made basically almost $300 a day. And he said he mostly was going to the same places, you know, over and over again. And, you know, he quit, though, after the 30 days. I mean, he took his $4,800 or whatever and put it in his pocket. So, you know, he took it. I mean, he did, you know, divided it, you know, the gas and, you know, all the bullshit. And, you know, he came out with $4,000.
Whoa.
$1,000 a week.
So the money's there if you want to do it then.
The money's there, you know, if you want to do it. If you got a rig.
Not fancy doing it on your Segway Gym?
No, man. I've thought about doing it before, but the problem is they want you to have certain kind of cars and this and that. So, I mean, I didn't look into the eats, but I did look into the driving aspect of it. And because I was just gonna have this thing a few years ago where you could get a car. They would give you a car for X amount of dollars a month, and you could use it to drive, and then they would deduct that payment out of your thing. So,
you ever used Uber? Have you ever used them? I've never used them.
Yeah, I've used them, man. It's good.
Yep.
I mean, it goes right along with this, with the future that we're launching into, where there'll be less and less of a need for you to have a vehicle, especially because here in the Bay Area, they got this thing called Waymo, and it drives around by itself, man. I mean, it is a self-driving vehicle, I mean, there's people in there, but,
and you know yourself, dude. These things work best when it's all self-driving vehicles on the roads, all talking to each other. We know that. You know that.
Yeah, and you can see how they were setting this up originally. They called it over here. They started doing this thing called fast track in California. It's called fast track. And so over here, there's like 9 lanes of traffic backed up, bumper to bumper.
9 lanes of traffic? Dude.
Backed up, yeah. I'm not kidding you, dude. Backed up, bumper to bumper. And then there's this thing over here.
So that's 9 lanes on either side?
Yeah.
Get out of here, man.
No, I'm not kidding.
No, that's crazy. I mean, I can picture it. I can picture it in my mind, but we've got like 3 at best. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, for the most part, it's 3. But when you're getting around the big cities and stuff, it's
Yep.
But for the most part, it's 3, 4 lanes, 5 lanes. But they have this thing called fast track, and it's this wall, and you get in it, and if you're in it, you pay. So now you get in the fast track, and it's just you in the fast track, and now you go faster than the people in traffic. You can just, you're heading down the road. But then the fast track gets jammed up eventually. Eventually the fast track and then you're on the fast track, and now you're just stuck in traffic paying for the privilege, But I think in the future what they'll do is they'll have that fast track, but that'll be for self-driving vehicles. In other words, the regular people, if you want to drive cars, you're going to be over here. But fast track will be able to drive cars at 80 miles an hour.
Imagine that, Jimmy. Imagine that every day, stuck in the rat race, watching the self-driving cars just getting to their destination, just going on by you, man. Just, dude, what? I can't even imagine what that's going to be like, though, right? I mean, when you're sitting there, I mean, you're a driver, I'm a driver. Your natural instinct is going to be grabbing steering wheels, to be looking for brakes. I mean, even when you're a passenger and a car brakes, I find myself braking. It's just automatic. So it's weird, dude. It's weird. But I suppose most people nowadays, they'll just jump onto the phone and do their thing on social media. Take me here. Boom. You're there. Car comes pick you up, takes you home. Crazy, dude. Crazy. Crazy, crazy.
It is crazy. But, I think, around city centers, if they take away driving around city centers and just only have, like if you want to go to the city, you park outside the city. They don't allow you to go running around free willy-nilly in your car. You have to grab one of these other new cars, these self-drivers. They're all running off 5G. They just take you to your destination. It'll be like Disneyland. It'll be like the world used to be, only now it'll be more like Disneyland.
Yeah, man. That can be like doing a podcast. We can do the podcast from the car, dude. It can just drive us around town, on the move, mobile casting.
I mean, didn't everybody used to want to be in limos? I mean, everybody used to want to be in the back of a limo. I mean, now you just be in the back of this
Done
weird
that once, man. Went to a party once. One of these party limos. That was good, dude. That was so good. It was like this party bus. Man. It just went around all the wild parts of Glasgow, but I swear, Jimmy, I remember getting on it. Don't remember much about getting off it. That's for sure. No.
Dude, in the 90s, I worked at this club.
The 90s, man. That's where I want to take my time machine, dude. I just want to go to the 90s. I don't want to go and see anything significant. I just want to go back to when I was partying.
Yeah, I was partying in this club called the Sunset Bar and Grill.
Look at that face, folks. Look at that face. Isn't that the face of guilt? Look at it. Look at the stories that are running through his mind right now. Holy moly, man.
I was just going to tell you that the owners of this club, okay, so I did promotions and advertising for the club, and the owners of the club, Kev, they had one of my buddy Clay. He had a super stretch limousine. It was a super stretch. And I mean, the door for the back was, I swear to God, it's probably about 10 feet long, man. Just open this thing out, and it was just like, and so
You Americans do everything so damn big, man.
Dude, when this club opened, what we did was we took this guy's I drove the limo. I was the limo driver. So I would drive these club owners in this limo around to the other clubs around in San Jose. And they'd go in the club, and they'd go in there and they'd pass out drink tickets to all the most beautiful women in the room. And so when their club opened up, dude, the bar was open, and it was just nothing but beautiful women sitting at the bar with drink tickets, and there was a line literally a half a mile out the door to get in this place.
I don't know if I'd get in a limo with you as the driver, dude. No offense, man. No offense, but I'm telling you, I'd be thinking there's shenanigans going on here.
Dude, I was clean and sober back then too. I didn't drink or do anything. I didn't even smoke. And
yeah, but you'd had your Hollywood good looks back then, man.
I had a limo hat. I drove a limo.
Jimmy Jeans, chauffeur and gentleman, ladies and gentlemen.
It was so killer too, because it was a white super stretch, and it had red.
Holy shimoly! I thought you were going to say you were in an all-white suit. I was going to say, now you've just turned into the weirdest looking limo driver in the world. Not what I pictured at all.
No, I used to actually wear shorts and a Hawaiian shirt, but I had the limo hat. You know, that's what made it official. But I could just pull up anywhere in front of any club, anywhere downtown, any VIP. We just pull up with that limo, man.
Jimmy the pimp, man. Sounds like a pimp mobile you're going about and did.
It was fun, man. Driving that thing was a trip, too. That thing was super long, dude. I mean, you know, when you get on the freeways,
there's women at home right now going, "It was him. I remember being on that limo."
And those dudes were some serious dudes too. The one guy, the younger dude, I can't remember his name now. He totally went to prison for.
Were they connected, man? Were they in the mob?
They totally were in the mob.
Limo businesses. That's mob money, man. It is, isn't it?
Yeah, this was serious cocaine money. So they had the Sunset Bar and Grill. The place blew up, man. And literally there was a line down the street, around the block. I mean, every motorcycles, super hot cars out in front every night. It was a super popular club. And then they broke up, and the one owner started another club, and that was right before he got pinched for cocaine and distribution. So I mean, that, you know, it was fun. I mean, I was involved in the club business for a long time around here in the Bay Area. So it's, you know.
In between being a wizard.
There used to be this club called Paradise Beach, you know, and it was like a beach theme. Dude, they had sand in there on the floors and stuff. And all the waitresses, everybody was in, you know, waitresses, bartenders, everybody was in swimsuits, like lifeguards and stuff. That place was packed, man. There was another place that had a pool, and they had a plexiglass over the top of the pool. It was called the Oasis. It was more like a new wave place, like a modern rock place. That was a sweet place, the Oasis. But man, fuck, you know, those days are gone, huh?
I remember it was Tampa, the Green Iguana Bar. Oh, what a place this was, dude! An absolute this was the place you wanted to be every night. Every night you want to get down there, man. It was awesome. The 90s, ladies and gentlemen, a far simpler time, a far more naive time. You know, we were far more innocent back then. The world hadn't changed at that point. There wasn't children out there thinking that they could bestow themselves with superpowers by merely swallowing magnets. I'm not making it up, folks. This is my potential Darwin winner. A boy got in serious trouble when he swallowed 54 magnets to see if he would become magnetic. Jimmy, a science mad boy. Wow. had to have 6 hours of surgery after he ingested dozens of magnets for an experiment. Riley Morrison, 12, swallowed 54 magnetic balls to see if he could get metal to stick to his stomach and what they looked like when he went to the toilet. Probably they're going to look exactly the same way coming out as they did going in. They're metal balls, son. So he swallowed one batch. Oh, he's done it in 2 sittings, Jimmy. He swallowed one batch on January the 1st. And then the second batch 3 days later. So after 3 days, he didn't think it was a bad idea. So when they failed to pass through his system, Riley woke up his mum, Paige Ward, 30, at 2 a.m. and told her he'd swallowed 2 by accident. Oh boy. An x-ray revealed that there were many more than that, and fearing that they could burn through his organs, whoa, he was rushed to surgery for a 6-hour operation. Dude, can you imagine? I know the wee guy's 12, right? But what does that? Is that like too many X-Men films on the telly and that? What on earth, dude? Come on.
I don't know. It doesn't surprise me because, I mean, remember the whole Tide Pod thing?
Yep.
I mean, but, the crazy, wacky world that we live in at this point.
Dude, when I was a kid, I wasn't like... I got up to some capers, but swallowing balls to see if I would turn magnetic? Nah.
No, man. When I was that age, when I was 12, I had a paper route.
Yeah.
I had my own motorcycle, and I used to go surfing by myself down at the beach.
I thought you were going to say you were driving that limousine again. You weren't driving it at 12, dude. Come on, man.
I did steal my mom's Barracuda once and took it out, and I was, because it's out of, it was a Plymouth Barracuda, big engine, this and that. And I took it out. For one
horrible minute there, me being British, Scottish, I thought, what, Jimmy stole his mum's snake? What's going on here? A Barracuda? What are you doing with a Barracuda in the first place?
I burned rubber all over town. I drove around. I came back, and as I was pulling in the driveway, I bent the front fender up against a car next to me. So I drove crazy all over the place. I went wild. Okay, and then I came back and I damaged the car as I was parking it.
Dude.
And I got caught, man.
Funnily enough, you got caught. Yeah.
I got beaten.
I would imagine then, this young guy, right? Okay, he wanted superpowers. He wanted to be Mr. Magnet. You could have done with being Mr. Invisible that day, Jimmy. Definitely. The day you crashed the car after stealing it. So I was going to ask you, right? Since you seem to reside in a wizard's closet, what superpower would you have, Jimmy, if you could have anything? There's a question you never thought you'd get asked by the Kev Baker show, eh?
The ability to forget.
Oh my God, that's dark. Isn't it? The forgetter. He forgets everything.
Wouldn't that be good if you forgot everything? You just wake up the next day with a fresh slate.
There's a movie about that, is there not, dude?
I don't know.
I think there is, man. I could handle a bit of that. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
You wake up every day. It's a new day, yeah. No, there's part
of me sickly kind of wants to get really old to experience that level of kind of cray you get where you kind of like, you go back and we might end up in the 90s, Jimmy. And our heads will be stuck in a party in the 90s. You'll be driving me in a limo. We'll both be sitting at each other, looking at each other in the nursing home going, thumbs up to one another. Man, we'll know the score, Get up the next day, go about it again.
All I know is this, man. I mean, the generation that was cool, when it first started, things started to be that generation, when they get old, I can't imagine what's going to happen in those kind of senior communities. Because, I mean, when you think about all the people that were partying, you know, in the 80s and 90s, when those people get older, it's not going to be like the old folks' homes from back in the day, man. These
Nah,
people,
you're right, dude. There are gonna be places that are gonna be happening, man.
that's
There'll
what
be
I'm
like
saying.
seances every night, and people
And at
getting
that,
the cards out, and
at that,
limos turning up.
at that point, your life is pretty much over.
Yeah.
So you ain't saving it for nothing. So I mean, can you imagine the sex that's going to be going on in some of these places?
Oh, I didn't need that picture, dude. I didn't need that picture. I was just about to bring up the movie Cocoon, and you went all dark on my word, man.
Why? I mean, why is it dark? I mean, I think it's good.
It's not good, dude.
Just think
But
about it.
by that age, dude, I'm not being funny, right? But we're all going to be looking a bit like a prune. There's
When you're-
nothing pretty about that, dude. There's nothing attractive going on at that time.
Dude, 60 is the new 40, bro.
You're only saying that because you're closer. Oh, dear Lord, how did we get here? Do you know what? Wait,
Seriously,
superpower.
think about-
Superpower. I'm not flying because I'm scared of heights, so I'm not doing that one. That's off the table, Jim.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, you know, you don't even have to go as far as have it be a,
There's no morals, no end to your scrupulousness. He's
I'm
even
just-
thinking of opening his Cougar Club in an old folks' home.
What I'm just saying. I mean, you know, what's left? You know, I mean, if you've been around the alternative media long enough, man. There's like
ladies.
three things left.
If you ever find yourself in one of these homes and you see somebody with a twinkle in his eye like our James there, you know you're in for a good time.
All I'm saying, man, is once you get into the alternative information, a lot of it is so dark. You realize, man, there's really you only got three things in this world, man: good food, good company, and good sex, man.
I can't argue with you there.
I mean, that's what life's all. Isn't that what life's all about? I mean, really, isn't the whole reason we exist? To really meet those three needs. I mean, you know what I mean?
Damn. How did we get here, man? We were talking about a boy that ate a magnet. How the fuck did we get here?
I don't know. I don't know.
I asked you what superpower you wanted, and it was to forget. Well, guess what? I want that superpower as well. I want to forget this ever happened. Oh, holy shit, moly. What about this story?
You better play some music.
Oh, dear Lord. It's all right, I'll rescue it. I've got a story about a dude that made a guitar out of his best friend. Well, it was his uncle. It was his uncle. A man has turned his uncle's skeleton. I can't do this anymore, man. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Ah. Dear Lord. Oh. Thank you very much,
You deserve
Fitbit.
this. Brian hashtag 1976.
Oh, thank you very much. Ba, 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 ba. Anywho. Oh. Oh, wow, man. Anywho. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, God. Oh. So, Jimmy, you ever heard the one about the dead uncle skeleton that was turned into a guitar?
No, I haven't heard that one.
You have now.
Definitely looking forward to it though.
It's called the Scaly Caster. Naturally. No joke, no joke. A man known as Prince Midnight. Oh, what a cool name. Prince Midnight, you reckon he's like the cousin of The Weeknd, him that sung at the Super Bowl, has constructed a functioning guitar from the skeleton of his deceased uncle. In Midnight's native Greece, cremation is frowned upon within the nation's Orthodox Christian Church. His uncle, Philippe, who passed after a car accident 20 years ago, had requested that his skeleton be donated to a local college for education purposes. After the college no longer had any need for the skeleton and his family refused to have him cremated, Midnight filled out extensive paperwork to have Philip's bones sent to his home in the US rather than pay for cemetery space. He then attached a guitar neck, pickups, volume knobs, a jack, strings, and electronics to the bones of Philip's torso to make a fully functioning electric guitar. You can see a video of the instrument below. Speed up a little bit. What do you think of this though, Jimmy? It's pretty cool, eh?
It is cool.
Hang on. I need to turn the mute. Here we go. I tell you what, man, it sounds alright, doesn't it?
Doesn't sound bad.
I bet that's going to be worth a fortune, dude. Look at it. There's some creepy bands would pay a lot of money for something like that.
Well, yeah, or just
Weird, huh?
that is sweet.
Isn't it?
It is. That's crazy, man.
There's on you go. On you go.
I was gonna say I haven't laughed that much in years, man. That was really
Good.
that was good, man. that was good. That was just a good one for sure.
Hey, it was easy to come back and talk about a guy that made a guitar out of his uncle. Just a typical Saturday night, folks. I think this is basically how how I would like the Saturday nights to go. I could get into a bit of this. This is kind of this releases a lot of tension that you build up through the week. So yeah, if you've enjoyed some of what we've been into tonight, I've got a couple of more things we can look at. I'm not away yet.
Yeah, let me go grab a quick cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to put on some music then, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes, folks. How's that sound? There we go. There we go, folks. There we go. Oh. Too funny. Too funny. I blame him. I blame you, Jimmy. I blame you, man. Too much shenanigans, dude. Telling you.
My mic was on the floor. I couldn't see it because it's dark in here.
Right.
Well, it's dark at least at my feet. No, that was good. That was really good. Got the endorphins flowing.
It's got to be done. You need to laugh. If you can't laugh, a good chance you'll be crying. A very good chance you'll be crying. I think we need a good laugh every weekend.
I know. See, that's what life was like before the alternative media.
Not too much laughing, on.
Yeah, you're just laughing, having a good time, partying it up, going down to the pub, hanging out, watching a game.
Talking about our retirement home shenanigans that we're obviously sitting planning already.
Well, no, I'm just saying, I miss the social activity that used to happen.
But you see, I think, right, I mean, once you get to a certain age, 30, 35, pretty much you don't end up feeling any older. You know what I mean? Your body doesn't keep up right enough, but your mind's still the same as it was when it was partying back in the 90s. Some would argue I took that many narcotics back in the 90s. I did leave part of my mind back there. Arguably, maybe. I don't know, dude. It's just a number. Age is just a number. So now, yes, you've got me looking forward to the retirement home. I think once the lights go out at night, it'll be round to Jimmy's room. We'll get the Ouija out, or play the tune. I don't know what instrument you play like that, but we've got one now.
Well, just think about it. The older generations, like the World War II generation, it's like when their idea of retirement was something. It was like, oh, when I retire, I just want to sit around and do nothing or whatever. I just want to stare at the wall or whatever. But the subsequent generations are not all decrepit like the older folks were. In other words, people are still active, older. So I think, people that go past the mark of the age to get into these places, once they go past that mark, you see the demographic within the place change, where eventually it's a bunch of the same, men and women that were out at those clubs that, everybody was out having a good time partying when they were young. And then they got serious and they got, their jobs and all this, and they forgot about partying and having a good time and, just going down and, meeting people and this and that. So now when you get older, there's nothing to do but that, right? Once you get to this point, you're just like, now you got this whole community of super cool people. I don't think it'll be like it used to be. Maybe it will be, but, if there's people in wheelchairs, there's probably be wheelchair races. You know what I mean? Or the wheelchairs will have,
We could get Don Wiskin to put a motor on it.
You could.
Good.
But no, I mean, I just, do you think it's going to be possible to have these types of events where people are just partying like they used to, Kev? Like, you go to a bar.
I don't know, and I don't care. We don't care.
I get you.
I do care, though, about something that somebody found in their son's toys over in Australia.
Oh, no.
Check this out. Oh, my. If there's any arachnophobics out there, look away now. Shocked mum finds a massive huntsman spider with babies hiding in her son's toys. Look at that thing. Look at that. What is it with beasties in Australia, man? It's like crazy. You get that black widow. Is it the funnel web spider? Is that the one? The funnel web? Is that the dangerous one over there as well? I think that's the name of it. I think one bite from that thing and you're in big trouble. You must get big beasties like that where you are as well, do you?
Yeah, there's beasts.
Oh, that sounded ominous. Yes, there's beasts, Kev.
There are. It's a never-ending parade of beasts every single night through here.
I could put a saddle on that thing and ride it down the shops. Look at the size of it, man.
Man, it looks like a crab. You might have some seafood, Looks like you could put that thing up and, get some legs going. Maybe there's some meat inside there. Crack it open like
I've
a
got
crab
one
leg.
hard and fast rule with spiders, Jimmy. If it ever becomes hairy, hit it with a shoe. Once they get to a certain size, you add hair on them, they just take on a whole level of creep factor, man. Whole level of creep factor.
Yeah, the thing about it is you're just laying there sleeping.
200 baby spiders as well, dude. How many do you think you swallow through your life? I've heard you swallow so many when you're sleeping.
I was researching people that have gone to prison and went into solitary confinement.
I thought you were going to actually say that you'd actually gone and done some in-depth statistics on the amount of spiders that like to crawl up people's nostrils and ear holes and mouth
No, this
holes.
is more disgusting than that.
Uh-oh.
This dude was saying that he was in this prison and there were so many cockroaches that when they turned off the lights,
Oh, boy.
you had to have a sheet over the top of you to cover you because the cockroaches would come out and they love earwax, dude. They love earwax.
Oh.
So they just come and they get up in your ear hole, dude, and they go inside of your skull, inside of your head.
Holy cow. That's like my prison cell. A war against the roaches.
Oh, man.
Is the dude you're on about? Probably.
It could be. It could be him.
In February, Jennifer Lackey, a philosophy professor at Northwestern University, where I teach journalism, invited me to speak to a class that she teaches at the Statesville Correctional Center, a maximum security prison an hour outside Chicago. Oh boy, might have been Mothman there as well. Her students, 15 men, are all serving long sentences, mostly for violent crimes. Some will be at Stateville until they pass. I talked with the students about storytelling and had them complete an exercise in which they described their cells. Are you ready, folks? I was so taken by what they wrote that I suggested that they develop these stories about the space which, for some, had been home for 20 years. Over the past 10 months, I have worked with them from draft to draft to draft. This process was not without obstacles. Sometimes Jennifer couldn't return my marked up drafts because the prison was on lockdown, and one student missed class for a month because after surgery he had to wear a knee brace. So where does it get into what the cell was like?
I would scroll down. I actually he did a TED talk about it. There's a TED talk about him.
Here we go. I knew something was up when I noticed two inmates standing in front of my cell with all their property, and the officer yelled, "You and your cellie pack your property. You're moving to cell 956. Oh, get the gematria calendars out. Get out, folks. Get out." Man, I hate moving, I recall thinking to myself. Right when I have one cell the way I want it, I have to break in another. I bet it wasn't the only thing getting broken in that cell that night. So he said, "Oh, while packing my property," and a punch, "I got an early heads up on what I was in for. Smiley, smiley," my neighbour called. "Whoa, look at his bag." He was pointing to the laundry bag of one of the men waiting to move into my cell. As I turned, I saw roaches oozing out of the bag. When roaches ooze, Jimmy, you know that's when they've turned into that, like, mass. It's like a sea of them. It's like, ah.
It's insane, man.
Isn't it?
It's disgusting. There is nothing more disgusting than roaches, man.
It's bad, dude. Bad.
Silverfish are another one that I don't like.
With Florida, we had a problem with them in the rooms there, man, at the McDill.
Yeah.
Yep. It was the middle of the day and the sunlight broke through the layers of dirt built up on the windows of the gallery. The roaches seemed accustomed to hanging out in the light. The other man waiting to move in was an older man named Pat. Pat was a white man in his late 40s or early 50s, with a face full of stubble. I knew him casually from our time on the gallery. When he spoke, he slurred his words, as if he were perpetually drunk. Pat, I asked, are the roaches really bad in your cell? Well, my cellie kept them as pets, he responded. This was Pat's way of telling me that his cellie left food open around the cell, which gave the roaches no incentive to leave. The officers overseeing the move looked at the using bag with disgust. I made one last plea. Look, officer, I don't have any roaches in this cell. If you put me in here, you'll just be infesting 2 cells. I knew it was a long shot, but it was worth a try. The officer shrugged, as if to let me know that it was out of his hands. So I began moving my property down the gallery. Upon reaching my new cell, I immediately spotted the problem, Jimmy. There was a 2-inch gap between the light fixture and the wall. Pat had already warned me that this was where many of the roaches entered and exited. Well, I'm thinking, Jimmy, if me and you are in that cell right now, a 2-inch gap, a spoon, I've seen Shawshanks. We can get out of there.
Yeah, you're gonna make yourself real small, man.
Dude, a spoon, we're in there for life. It's our retirement home, Jimmy. We've got nowhere else to go. It's just me, you, and the roaches, pal. You know, me and you ain't entertaining each other, so we're digging.
The roaches. So they were saying Sean, somebody in the chat, they were saying is the guy's name, the roach guy. Sean something or other.
This is a guy called Alex Kolowitz, but Sean somebody. TED Talk, yeah, we'll probably get hit for that one if we play the TED Talk.
I don't know. I'm not sure about the TED Talk piece action of it, but I just say it's horrifying.
It unnerved me at first because usually with light roaches scatter, but these roaches stood their ground because they're hardened prison roaches. They're not just your typical house roach, Jimmy. You know.
No, that's what I'm saying. This guy said they had to tuck sheets under their selves so that they wouldn't get under the sheets. And he said as soon as the lights would go out, the roaches would just pour out of wherever they came out of. Okay, searching for any morsel of food, and they could smell that earwax a mile away, Jack.
Oh, from a man that used to sleep in a hole in the ground and had my fair encounter with beasties, you're making my skin crawl right now. Oh man, you can hear them all scuttering along the floor.
Oh. Yeah, and that's another thing, right? And there's thousands and thousands of them, so it's loud, man.
I feel like some kind of audio torture, dude. You're getting crawled on. You've got all that sensory input. You can't get away from the feeling, the noise. Oh my God.
You're never going to do nothing wrong again, are you?
You're going to become Roach Man.
You're never going to do anything that's ever going to end
dude,
you up.
I'll tell you right now, right? Went AWOL in the army for 3 days. That got me 7 days in the camp jail. Now, before I'd even done those 7 days, Jimmy, I would have quite happily admitted to you, and anyone who asked, if they said, Kev, what are you most scared of in the whole world? Prison. Prison doesn't go well for a wee guy like me, Jimmy. It goes one of 2 ways, both of which don't suit me really well. So prison always held a big fear for me. So, no, it's like a phobia, dude. Even watching like prison documentaries, it's like, oh no, man. And your prisons are like crazy. Over here, you get a duvet, you get a PlayStation, they sit you down, you know, you get lessons painting. And over there, though, you're talking about being locked up 23 hours a day or so. You and your cockroaches. And then you've got to survive an hour in the yard. Survive an hour. If you're 5'5", you're surviving an hour, Jimmy. You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been locked up a couple of times myself. Not
good, man. Not good. I've spent one night in London Road Police Station. That's the big one near here. When I was as drunk as a skunk. Woke up in a jail cell. What the hell? Kicked out. Get out, you drunken loser. You drunken bum. Boom. Oh,
yeah.
Boy.
Well, I didn't do anything wrong, really, per se, except for not be where I was supposed to be. Almost all of my trouble had to do with violations, driving violations, because I used to speed around, and I'd get tickets and then not show up at court.
So are you in a place where you can get like 3 strikes and you're gone?
You can, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen, but I mean, back then I was young and I just kept going, and eventually it caught up with me. But caught up me in a couple critical moments in my life, and I,
always does. It's meant to.
And they didn't treat me. I was treated extremely harsh, man, because what happened was the judge got pissed off because I was supposed to come back up and have I had a DUI and I went through the whole thing, and I was supposed to come up and get my driver's license stamped. That my driver's license was restricted, but I didn't go up there and do it. I didn't show up when I was supposed to and have it done. And because I was actually I was with a band and I was on the road at the time. So I was nowhere around. I just didn't show up, and I didn't think it was serious. And I just forgot about it. And then he put a no bail warrant on me, so I couldn't get bailed out. And so when you have a no bail warrant, you're basically in
no bail warrant. I thought you said no bail. I was going to say, damn, Jimmy almost came close to winning a Nobel Prize for being a criminal.
Yeah. No bail warrant, which meant everywhere I went, I had to be in maximum security. So I had shackles around my wrists, around my waist. My ankles were shackled together.
Oh, part block. Oh.
I was in.
Were you in orange, Jimmy? Did you have the orange on?
I did have orange on.
Is that like? I mean, that's just standard, isn't it? Over there, I take it. Unless you're in Arizona and you get the pink stuff, right? Well, Sheriff Joe.
When you're, if you're orange, you're just a regular dude. If you're in light brown,
it's like a Dan system. Is it like karate?
Yeah, it is. So if you wear light brown, you're in protective custody.
So that means you're a naughty.
Well, it just means if you're in the general population, you'll get killed or somebody.
Yeah, exactly. So it usually means you're either someone's done really naughty stuff.
Well, then there's other guys that are in red. And people that are wearing red are violent offenders, mostly murderers.
That's nice that they point them out. I like that color code system. That keeps you right, though, Jimmy. Do you know what I mean? You see one of the boys in red going into the crapper. You know you can nip it. You can wait. You're okay. It's all right, Chief. You go first.
Yeah, you're right.
I'd survive, dude. I'd catch on to the game pretty easy, man. I've seen the Green Mile. I'd be okay.
Yeah, no, it's it's
okay, boss.
The two places that I went I was in. So the no bail warrant was in San Francisco. So after they caught me someplace and they took me around to every single county that I had tickets in, and put me in their jail. And waited until I went to court and took care of those tickets. So I was in jail for a while, for about 3 weeks while they moved me around. And then eventually they moved me to San Francisco, which was, a super intense experience. I mean, I would get into it here with you right now. I'd tell you about it, but I don't know if you're even interested or you care about.
Dude, I'm looking here about the Supermax prisons. I'm listening to you, but the Supermax prisons, I'm looking at some of them here, man. It's crazy.
I just don't want to launch into a personal story or whatever about it, but
don't need. It's like we're not on the counseling couch just yet. But if you want to share with the world, dude.
Oh, it's not a counseling, man. It's just a fucking.
I'm a good counselor, Jimmy. I'm a great listener.
All right. Well, so they moved me to San Francisco, and as I was walking down the hallway, they're taking me to my cell, and these are group cells where there's like 20 or 30 people in a cell. And so I'm walking down this thing. I look over and it's like, damn, they got women in the same cell block as men.
Trust Jimmy. That's his first thought. Trust you.
I was walking down the thing and I looked and there's what I thought were women, but it wasn't women in there. But these were trans people that were separated out they had their own, area. So when I get in there into the cell, it's mostly the majority of the people that are in there are white and black, but the majority of the people that are in there is black people. And then there's Mexican people in there and white people. So basically, I go in there, and there's only so many beds, but there's way more people than there is beds. So it's like musical chairs kind of thing. You know, if you get up off your bed, you know, someone will go take it.
Bed in it.
Yeah, so I ended up with a bed, you know, and I was sitting on it, and you know, the day's going by or whatever. This is like the first day, and for whatever reason up there, they give you your money. Like at the time when you were there, you normally it's on a book. So when you buy food or something off the cart, they take it off your book. But up there, they actually gave you your money.
Oh, no,
like
dude, that's another reason for somebody to shank you. It's you know what I'm saying? Now they've got a reason to rob you in the cell.
Oh, dude, it's like that. Okay, so like I didn't know what to do with this money. You know, I was like, I'm sitting there and I'm looking around and stuff, you know, and it took a long time before I finally put my money in my shoe. You know, I slid it in my shoe. And then, so all of a sudden, the black dudes, they all of a sudden, they decide, we want everybody out of here. So if you're on this side of the cell, because all these bunks are there, if you're over here and you ain't black, get out. So everybody had to bone out of the one side of the thing, and the black dudes took over the whole one side of the cell, and everybody else. But I mean, I still had my bed, and I was there, and I was hanging out and talking to this dude from New York, and he was on the bunk next to me. So all of a sudden, this dude comes in. He gets arrested. This dude comes in. Gets arrested. He comes in. He's like a rocker dude. He's got kind of longish hair. You know, he's still got his jewelry on and stuff. When he came in, and I noticed it, I was like, you know, I was tripping on the fact that he had a gold ring on. So one thing leads to another, and he starts talking about he starts coming over to this dude from New York and he's talking to us, and he's telling us that he's got this he's got some substances in there that he shouldn't have. And he's looking for a way to administer the substance. He wants us to find him a way for him to administer this substance.
Ray said,
Soviet Union for peace. Silly man gets silly woman. No way says Hail sorry lol.
The Viking. So how did the story finish, dude?
Well, the story finished with these black dudes calling this guy over because he was alluding to the fact that he had these drugs, that he had snuck drugs in when he got arrested. So they basically brought this dude over into this area where there was two bunks, you know, a top bunk and a lower bunk.
I think I know what's going to happen next. Yeah, not good. Did they get it?
No, but they kicked the shit out of that guy.
Yeah. You see, I think I've actually sussed it out. If I was in that scenario, I would just act like a dog. I would start barking. I'd be licking people. They would soon give me my own part of the cell, dude. In fact, they might even just give me my own cell.
It was so harsh because there's nothing you could do. In other words, there was nothing any of us could do to help that guy the way it was situated, you know. And
well, could have been worse, dude. You could have been in a Supermax. You could have been in a Supermax. Check this place out. This is Algo's. This is where Algo's going if he makes a mistake. ADX Florence. It even sounds scary. The United States Penitentiary Administrative Maximum Facility. USP. Not to be mistaken with the Postal Service, folks. They don't send you around the Supermax. Maybe they do. It's an American federal prison in Fairmont County near Florence, Colorado. It is operated by the Federal Bureau of Prisons, a division of the U.S. State Department, blah, blah, blah. 1994, a Supermax control unit. Many prisoners has it gone at? 359. They've got to be 359 of the hardest nutcases America's got to offer, right? Right? I mean, Jim, you don't get put in the Supermax if you're like, you know, jailwalking or something, you know?
Yeah, no.
You gotta be a bad boy to get put in there, right? Phones are generally banned, aren't they? Like, aren't they always banned for prisoners?
I don't know what the laws are now in these private prisons. I mean, what I'm talking about happened back in the 90s.
Yeah, only limited broadcast entertainment is permitted. After 3 years in maximum confinement, some prisoners may be transferred to a less restrictive prison. That tells me that any longer than 3 years in there breaks you. Do you know what I'm saying? After 3 years, they send you out to graze in a padded cell with a big, shiny new jacket with big, long arms that tie around the back. That's where you're going after 3 years in there, Jim. But Alcatraz, man.
Alcatraz is cool, man.
Alcatraz, there's a place.
It's right here by me.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been there.
I'd love to go there, man.
Oh yeah, you'd love it, man. It's really cool there. It's
What's the name of that movie with Clint Eastwood, dude? Escape from Alcatraz, is that the one?
I don't know. There's one called The Birdman of Alcatraz.
Yeah, that's good. Birdman's good.
That is a good one. Burt Lancaster. Yep. It's black and white.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful movie, man.
Prison movies are good, dude. You got the Green Mile, Shawshank. You got that one you're talking about. Prison movies are good.
Yeah, I that's funny. I never really thought about it, but I guess there are a lot of prison movies.
Yeah.
It's a really, really great story. If you like reading books more than you like watching movies.
Reading them to eating them. Reading them's always preferable.
Yeah, so I mean, if you could listen to this book, you would be out of your mind because this is a great story. It's called Papillon, and it's about a dude who gets thrown on prison after prison, and he ends up on this Devil's Island.
Ooh.
And it's a great, great story, man. There's a movie
like a place where pirates hang out, dude.
They made a movie about it, and it's got Steve McQueen and Dustin Hoffman in it. And you can see that movie. You could probably get that on Netflix pretty easy. It's a good movie, man. Really good.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of like a Cool Hand Luke story. It's one of these stories. There's another prison movie, Cool Hand Luke.
There's another prison I've got to check out. Hang on. That's Deer Lodge Prison. It sounds nice.
Yeah.
Deer Lodge Prison.
Oh, I'll go in the chat, said Papillon also.
Let's see. Here we go. It's like a castle. Well, this is looking pretty cool right enough. Dang, man. Oh, that's like a military jail. Oh, boy. Big doors there, Jimmy. Big windows as well, man.
I'll tell you another prison movie is Midnight Express.
Oh, one of the finest movies. Big time. True story, man.
Yeah, man. That is and that actor was fantastic who played the dude.
Yep.
He's dead.
Good film, dude. Really good film.
That was good, man.
So what's the stats with this place? Built in 1871. Built by convicts. Get it up, you. Build your own prison, boys. The Montana State Prison is a men's correctional facility. Damn. Montana. That's one of the places I would like to live. All that wide open spaces, Jimmy. You know what I'm talking about, man? Shh. That would do me just fine.
Yeah, man.
That's a different one. Yeah, the ones we've got over here, I mean, we've got tough prisons here, but you watch the documentaries about American prisons, and it's just crazy difference, dude. Crazy difference.
How about Bad Boys with Sean Penn when he was still almost a teenager? That's another one.
Yeah, he was a good actor.
He was good.
Yeah.
Until I liked him until he was one of my faves until he got political.
They all go that way. They should just stick to doing their acting, man.
I know. It's crazy, man.
So what you got planned over on your channel, Jimmy? What you got planned coming up over there, man?
We got this. We're gonna do the recording for the Aftermath show tomorrow night. And we're doing part 2 of the show we did last week. But we're going down to the Playboy Mansion, and we're gonna be talking about mind-controlled sex slaves, that came out of the Playboy Mansion, hypnotism, LSD, satanic sex parties, Anton LaVey, that kind of thing. But we only got 60 minutes, so obviously we're not going to be able to get too deep in it.
An hour's good, man. An hour's good. You cram it all in. It's great. Flies by.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know. It just goes an hour. I remember when you used to just be an hour. Remember that?
Some days I need 3 hours. Some days I could do with 5, man.
That's what I mean.
And other days I wish I had no hours.
Just remember, you remember when you used to just have the hour, though?
I do.
And
yeah.
you're moving to 2 hours, and it was like, people are like, now you need 4 hours, Kev.
I know. Still, it's quite daunting. Now when I do the 2 hours myself, I'm thinking, well, I could do a third hour. But no. Last time I said that, people wrote to Gio saying, can we get Kev a third hour? Nope. Hell no. No, thank you. Two a day is enough for any man.
A third hour is too much, because then you go past the point, and then you got to get into something else, so it's, I don't know, 3 hours, 2 hours is enough.
2 hours is enough for any man. So when's your show on Aftermath anyway?
It's Thursday nights at 6 o'clock Pacific, and that's it. And nice. I'm doing the Revolution Radio stuff too, 3 o'clock Pacific on Mondays, and but I don't talk about that when I come on your show because it interferes with your time slot.
Doesn't bother me.
So I'm just saying, you got everybody's over here, so I do that show, but Friday night's the big show with Epic and Rio and everybody. Me and Brandy on Mondays, typically. That's it.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Sid. You'll like this. I'm gonna give a shout out to this channel here though. This is Truth Seekers. Now this crazy cat up here. If I turn this up.
Stretched out and busted up. They eat that girl and they get a new girl with a nice tight vajayjay. That's what I think.
We're all going to hell.
I have insiders who told me that's what happened.
That's his Kerry Cassidy mask that he's got on right now. But Stephen Cambion is his name. I sometimes like to hang out over there. They take all of the LARPers to task, but there he is with his Kerry mask on, looking very, very Kerry-esque there. So I'm gonna get him on the show. Ryan's had him on his show before. I'm gonna get him over here. I'm gonna put the link in the chat room. Algo says that America is a rough place from top to bottom. It seems to do everything bigger. Car chases with the police, bigger. When robberies happen, bigger. Everything just seems to be bigger.
We got the biggest prison population on the face of the earth.
You do, dude. You do. Because it's big business, man. Big business.
Profit prisons, man.
Yep.
Butts and seats. You got to put the prison shows on.
Castle Rock. There's another good prison one that was on recent years. Yeah, as a Stephen King. I think Stephen King wrote that book. I believe, but it was made into a TV show, and it starred the guy that played It. In the new, he played Pennywise in the new It movies that were out there. Can't remember his name, but a really creepy kind of actor. He's got skin. He's like porcelain. He's like, ooh. He's brilliant for playing horror parts. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's got that look to him, man. He's got that kind of morbid, dark looking look. What happened to the good vampire movies, man?
I don't know. Just stuff got wacky, man. I mean, it got to a point where it has to get. You notice how you get moved further and further down the line? As they used to allude to something happening behind a closed door, and that made it scary, But people got away from the smarter jokes, the smarter sarcasm, the better. Now in order to scare. You have to have some gory scene where someone's getting butchered with a knife, like right in front of your face while the blood's gushing out. Yeah. It has to, you know what I mean? It had to keep getting going further and further to be titillating enough to scare the audience, because once you get used to a certain level of fear or getting scared,
Quite like the ones that are done on like as if it's like a whole movie. Like this tape was recovered from a campsite. This is what happened. I like those ones. I know it's not real, but I don't know, dude. There's something creepy about that. Or something authentic and real. It's too real. You know what I mean?
That was a cutting edge idea with the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah. Big time.
That was cutting edge.
And so many tried it after that, but none quite had the Blair Witch. None had that feel to it.
No.
Not even Blair Witch 2.
Yeah, there's a movie called The Grave. Have you ever seen it?
No. Sounds a good one, man.
Gabrielle Anwar was in it.
The Grave.
Yeah, it's a Lionsgate film. It's called The Grave. It's about these grave robbers.
1996.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
I used to have a crush on Gabrielle Anwar, so I watched every movie she was ever in back in the day.
Ah, yes, I see. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a good movie then, The Grave?
It's a good movie. Yeah, Lionsgate, for whatever reason, at that point in the 90s, Lionsgate was putting out a bunch of really good movies. They had a bunch of really good movies, for a period of time. I think you enjoy, and anybody listening to Kev Baker Show will enjoy The Grave. It's a good movie. It's got that other cute dude in it. I think Jack Black's in it.
What other good horrors are there out there, folks? Tell us about any good horrors before we leave you. Karen, I'm glad you enjoyed the laughs tonight. I haven't laughed that much in a long time. My ribs are sore. Literally, ribs are sore.
I'm going to tell you about a movie.
Now, Karen says The Giant Roach returns. That should be the name of a movie.
Hold on, I'm going to see.
Yeah, said I'm going to get in touch with Cambion. Big time. Even Ryan was saying he'd be a good guest for KBS. Get into Roswell. I know he likes his Roswell stuff, man. Roswell's it's fascinating. I still don't know what went on at Roswell. I could go many, many different directions with that story, from nothing happening to it being Russians, to it being the bad guys from that time period, to being people from Alpha Centauri. I can go here, there, and everywhere, because it's just so, I don't know. Children of the Corn, Algo, holy shamoli. Pet Sematary, the first one, not the remake. That was another one that's a bit disturbing. Deliverance, that's a disturbing movie. Misery, that's another disturbing one. Kathy Bates gives me the absolute creepers, man. There's some good movies out there. Is there any good new horror movies, though? The last good one I seen was like The Conjuring. That was a few years ago now.
Man, there's a movie that is really terrifying. It's an old movie. It's black and white. It's called Freaks.
Ooh, it doesn't sound good, man. It sounds creepy.
Seen it? You've never seen Freaks?
Creepy, freaky. It doesn't ring a bell, dude.
Oh, you got to see Freaks right away. It's a must see if you've never seen Freaks.
Is it that? Is it like a must see?
It is. It's a story about a circus.
Oh, come on now. You can't. Now you're getting in. That does sound freaky.
It is, and there's a bunch of freaks in the circus.
You see, there's been movies out in 2019 called Freaks 2018 as well.
Now, this is, and plus the director is a key.
Oh, no, there it is there. You can buy it or rent it on YouTube.
Check it out.
From 1930 something?
Yep.
1932? There it is there as well. Is that it there?
Yeah. I can't remember the director's name, but he's an important director. If you bring up his name, yeah, that's it. Black and white.
Todd Browning is the director.
That movie's scary, real scary.
That wee guy's scary. That wee guy there's scary.
I'm telling you what happens, man. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to give it away, but I'm just going to tell you. Just imagine Freaks, man. Just imagine Freaks in the rain. Imagine an armless, legless freak with a butcher knife in his teeth crawling under the trailer, trying to get
Nah,
to
it's got ads on it. They've been whacked with ads. Damn. Because you can buy or rent it, they're not going to let you show it. Do you know what I mean?
I think you can get away with playing the trailer.
That's okay, dude. That's okay. I don't play. See, I'm not like you. You're a braver soul than I am, Jim.
Dude, check out this movie. It's called. This is a KBS one of a comedy that anyone who loves KBS will love. This comedy. Type this in. Schlock. SCHO or SCHLOCK. Schlock. It's about a Bigfoot, and it's a comedy.
Yeah, and you know, there's actually wow, there's a BBC show as well. It looks well, I think it's BBC. Schlock.
Yeah, you don't want that BBC one.
No, there's the one there. Buy or rent again. Yep. YouTube movies. Is that a good movie, man?
You'll laugh your ass off, man. It's funny. Especially anybody who's into Bigfoot will laugh. There's another one that's really, really. I'm gonna give you two really terrifying movies.
And then we're out of here. Then 2 movies, and then we're out of here.
These are terrifying. Okay, the first one is called "They Came from Within."
Oh.
And that is, I'm telling you right now, watch the trailer after we go away for yourself and see it. And the other one is called The Sentinel. And this is a story about a girl who rents an apartment in New York City, and everybody in the building is dead, except she doesn't realize it. She thinks she has neighbors. And she's been chosen to be the new sentinel, the guardian of the gate to hell.
I think I've seen that, dude. I think I've seen that. Something rings a bell about that. There's another creepy one, Rosemary's Baby. There's a creepy one.
That's the one I was looking for because we were talking about something about that the other night, and there's a movie that Sharon Tate and Anton LaVey were in, and it's some freaky black magic movie. I couldn't think of the name of it, so I was going to give that to you too, but I was trying to dig it up and I couldn't find it.
All good in the hood, dude. So, did you have fun today, Jimmy?
I did, man. I laughed more today than I have in years, literally. I mean...
See, folks, it's okay to laugh. It's okay to let go of the serious, because I can guarantee the serious is still waiting for us out there. It's not gone anywhere. But I'll try and do more of these Saturday streams. I like the lateness of the hour. This is when I'm at my best. So, yeah, good fun tonight, and I'll make sure we find even weirder, funny stuff for next week. Because now I've got a week to prepare. So when I come across things that aren't suitable for a pre-show or they don't quite fit KBS proper over on the radio, well, now I've got a folder. Weird weekend. Yes. Just another weird weekend, man.
Nice.
And tomorrow for you members out there, remember, Sundays are for members. Yes, we'll be back here in the members lounge tomorrow. I believe around about 8 p.m. in the UK or just thereafter. Then I'll be back with Bill Bean, Travis tomorrow night. A couple of guests again tomorrow as well, I think. I may be mistaken. I'll definitely be back tomorrow night on Warrior Mode anyway. And tomorrow for the members only stream. I hope you've had a fun. Hope you've had a laugh. Go and check out some of the movies. And remember, folks, don't take everything so seriously. Telling you, life is too short. Me and Jimmy will be back real soon. Keep it real out there. There you go. Jimmy's going live on his channel in 10 minutes. There you go. See?
Yeah, I'm going to play the show from last night, the Friday night show. I'm going to play that on my main channel. And so I'll be over there in the chat room.
Nice. The Wicker Man, Rotman. Great one. Yeah.
That is a great
one. Not so late. I'll try and get it earlier then, Sid. I will try and get it earlier, brother. How's that sound? Luna, big love to you, Luna. Karen, Zoe, Ken, big cuddles to you, man. Marty, same to you. We've also got Jimmy Jeans in the chat room. There we go. Remember, folks, if you want to support the stream even further, we've got PayPal in the description. It's there if you care. But if not, I'll still be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. We're out of here.